KJ. Am I the only person in the world who's not a big fan of this whole KJ hype? I've seen the animations, and don't get me wrong, I love KJ. I think he's a really cool character, especially for a fighting game like this, and I would love to give him a try. But that still leaves us with the overlying question: is KJ an overhyped character in the Strongest Battlegrounds? Well, let's start from the beginning. KJ is clearly a really cool character in the animations, with really cool abilities, which obviously would make playing as him cool, right? Except, I think we're failing to see the bigger picture here. His movesets are amazing and everything, about the whole KJ character just seems fun and exciting, especially since we all voted for TSB in the Roblox Innovation Awards, in both categories they were in. We voted for both of them, specifically for KJ. I know this isn't about KJ Overhyped, but I did want to mention that I thought it was very crazy and I thought it was unsportsmanship-like for them to just, say free KJ if you vote for our game. I think they literally would have won without promising this, but I will say, I just think next time Roblox needs to do a better job and make sure people can't do that. They can't bargain their way to winning. I think it's really unfair and it just makes the voting it just makes it dumb, right? Because what's the point of voting if people are just gonna bribe their way to victory, right? Although I think they would have won either way, let's be honest. I mean, TSB is just a humongous game. So I do think they would have won either way. And we did win. We won in both categories. I'm assuming KJ is gonna be free for about 2 weeks because we won 2 categories, which is a good amount of time. But when the 2 weeks are over, KJ is gone forever. It's not like he's going to be some permanent character we will be able to play whenever we want to. KJ also seems to be taking a long time to work on, because he was extremely unfinished before the whole voting thing happened. So this is most likely biting into permanent update release times for a character we're getting for such little time, like Sweetiyu's finished ultimate and overall character, which could have probably been done by now, but instead they are probably putting a lot of effort into KJ. Remember the very first time when they stated in the Discord, if you guys vote for us, we will give out limited time KJ? Of course, everyone remembers that. That's literally what we're all waiting for right now. But there was actually another big thing that was promised before they made the decision to edit the announcement for the voting. They actually mentioned that alongside KJ, there was actually another big thing that was promised before they made the decision to edit the announcement for the voting. Along with KJ, they stated that they would work faster towards their next character, which they claimed was known as the Dominator of the Universe. Which, if you've watched One Punch Man, I think it makes it very obvious for who the next character will be. There could be countless reasons why they decided to edit or delete this part of the announcement, but I'm thinking there could only be a few. Like if they aren't 100% sure that's who they want to add next, or this is the option I'm thinking, they don't want to promise the ability to work faster towards something after realizing 1, they still have to finish Sweetiyu ult, and 2, they would now have to finish KJ, which is almost an entire character, when we could instead be getting Boros. I'm talking Boros. Now I don't know about you guys, but in my opinion, I would honestly rather have Boros in game over KJ. Not only is Boros extremely powerful, his fight with Saitama was one of the best fights I've ever seen in anime, literally ever. I love this anime fight, and that's saying a lot. Boros would have such amazing and cool looking abilities. Also, there's this very cool game that I will have in the background, and it's literally a game where you can basically play Boros and Zombie Man. They're like concepts by fans or fan-made characters. I thought Boros was really cool in this game. I just wanted to show him off a little bit. This is just an idea of what he could look like in the game. I mean, it's not obviously completely I'm pretty sure it's going to be a lot different if they were actually to add it to TSB, but it's still pretty cool. If you recall what it looks like from the show, which just seems so mind-boggling to be able to use in the Strongest Battlegrounds, do you remember when he literally kicked Saitama to the moon? Could you imagine that being one of Boros' moves in his ultimate? Now look. Am I saying KJ doesn't have an insanely cool moveset either? Of course not. He has Dropkick, he has 5 seasons, which are, by the way, insane. But when you compare it to Boros, which by the way, would stay in the game as a permanent character, unlike KJ, who's just going to be limited for 2 weeks, Boros will actually stay like every other character. My vote would honestly go to no KJ. I'd rather them just focus on Boros. We were waiting all this time for a character we will only have for 2 weeks, Alright, well that's just a prediction, but I'm assuming it's going to be around that mark. And still, come on. It's going to be limited time and then he'll be gone forever. Another thing I wanted to mention was KJ and the amount he's been milked across YouTube. Like, I have seen so much KJ, and I have honestly lost so much hype for this character myself. I've just seen non-stop people playing as KJ, and it's like cool, right? But like, it's just, there's so many clickbait thumbnails and just all this trash being thrown into the internet, and they're just milking KJ so much. It honestly just disappoints me a lot. I know I can't talk because I've posted a couple KJ shorts myself. But still, guys, come on. I mean, I see like 8 videos. I saw this dude reposting his old KJ videos. Like, that's just, to me, that's just too much. Now, look, I'm not trying to hate on this specific guy, right? Because I've seen a lot of people farming the literal crap out of KJ. But, you know, reposting I think is a little too much. Even though you spent 1.5 million Robux and you kind of want the money in return, I get that. But maybe it just wasn't a smart idea to begin with, right? Anyway, enough about him. The hype's just not going to be there as much as it should have been. We don't even know if he's going to be in public servers or only private servers yet. Honestly, I'm leaning towards private servers only because I feel like everyone with KJ in the main game would just be like super annoying. There wouldn't be a single person using any other character for the 2 whole weeks, and it's just going to be annoying getting drop kicked every 5 seconds in a public server. But then it's like, okay, well, in private servers, if you have no friends, you're kind of just using it on a dummy. That doesn't seem very fun now, does it? Look, I'm not here to ruin everyone's excitement for KJ because he is a cool character and I do want to use him myself. But I don't think everyone's seeing the bigger picture like I do, and that's why I would always go with Boros. Now, to answer the question, do I think KJ is overhyped? Hell nah, baby. 2020 dropkick. Let's go. To be honest, not really. I know it sounds like I really do think he's overhyped, but if I'm going to be honest, after watching the animations and stuff, I really do think he's a cool character, and I really am looking forward to playing him. Despite a lot of the setbacks it might have that I just want you guys to be open about, you know, I'm not just saying all this because I just want to hate on the game or anything. I just want you guys to realize, like, this isn't as great as we thought it was originally, but I still think it's pretty cool. You know, I don't think a lot of games ever let you play as the admin character, so the fact that we're going to be able to play as the admin character is really cool. And I'm just really looking forward to that. You know, maybe just not for 2 weeks. I feel like I'm going to get really annoyed at the end of the 2 weeks, you know. I honestly think a week is good enough. I think a week's plenty, and people will be able to do as much as they want within that week. Suck if you can't play during that week. I'm sorry. Oh my God, could you like imagine actually having to go on like a trip or something for that week, and you're just screwed and you can't play KJ at all? That would suck. But yeah, in the end, I don't really think he's being too overhyped. I think the hype's pretty worth it. You know, it is an admin character. But yeah, well, let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.